in the shallows every time. You can see that bait there. It's a hollow belly there. Another eater. Didn't hesitate. I'm using a leaf jig at the moment. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this penguin. Well, good morning. Wow, it's a bit of a late start for me actually, 10 to 11, so it's not so much morning, more like mid-morning. But I'm heading out today. Got a beautiful forecast. It's actually calming off as the day goes on. So, you know, forecast this afternoon about 3 o'clock is 1 knot. So I'm heading out wide in search of those fish out in the middle of Coromandel's Firth of Thames more. So heading out from the harbour. And yeah, just going to explore some deeper waters and some shallow stuff too. There's a lot of reefs and sea mounts and things out there, so I plan to sort of target that area, those areas, and just have a bit of a look and see what's on them. Let's get out there and enjoy this beautiful winter's day. I'm still heading across, but I just came across a huge school of fish. Look like bait fish, probably mackerel. But yeah, you got to stop on these things and have a bit of a look, because you just never know. There could be some stuff in amongst it, John Dory, you know, or anything like that. So it's well worth just prospecting this sort of sign on the sounder, you know. And even if you don't hook up, you're not going to get anywhere by not trying. So investigate and explore every little thing you can when it comes to... Oh, that was... I just got a good whack then. So, but it didn't feel big, you know. But that's the thing. The fish is following it up, and there could be the odd good snapper, or like I say, a John Dory hanging around. No one ever complains when you get one of those. A lot of little fish around at this time of the year. So we've just gone past that school now, so yeah, so we'll carry on. Well, I saw a bit of sign. I'm almost at the destination. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just have a bit of a drop here because I can see a bit of stuff sitting hard on the bottom. And sure enough, I'm hooked up. Not a huge fish, but for the first fish of the day, it's not a bad one either. So yeah. Pull this up. It's not as calm as what I kind of was expecting down here, out here, but maybe it'll come off a bit. Here we go, first fish of the day, and it's on a gan jig. Legal fish, but a few people have been commenting lately on my philosophy of putting the first one back, and I still stand by it. But some days I find putting them back I can end up leaving myself short too, but that's part of the game. And you know, like I believe in giving back and showing that respect to this beautiful environment, the ocean. So yeah, I like to get good karma out of that, and perhaps sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but yeah, you've got to do it in my opinion. So well, so far things have been pretty hard going, you know, like I mean, I've been pulling up fish like this and smaller, you know, which is a bit of a concern as far as getting something for dinner. However, I will keep trying, you know. Like, I've found a bit of a hole that I'm sort of looking around in, and I found a bit of sign in there, so I'm just going to keep sort of looking in this hole. This wind forecast that they've given, it's starting to die off a bit again now, but it was whitecaps. You know, I wanted to go out a bit wider and have a look, but it was just whitecap central out there, and hopefully as that tide slows down to turn, it'll die off, because I've had to go to an area where it's a little bit more sheltered. So anyway, we'll carry on, and you know, perseverance, you know, looking around. I'm not going to give up. It's hard going. That southerly wind that's here at the moment certainly isn't helping with the fishing, but you know, I'll pick up a couple for dinner. I'm sure I will. Main thing is I'm out here and you know, I'm getting some time out from everyday life. Alright, well this little hole's sort of paying off at the moment. I've been getting a few fish out of it, which is kind of good. And these little things that you find on the, you know, this is why having a chart, like a Navionics marine chart, can be really useful. I mean, this hole that I'm fishing is clearly marked on that chart, and I basically came in and, you know, I've checked it out and I've found fish in it. So, you know, so that's why having a chart can be useful. And sweet, here's my first fish to put in the back. Yeah. Woohoo. Nothing huge to write home about, but it's a panning, a good eater. Alright, well, I'm just started fishing one of these sea mounts, and yeah, I'm starting to, you know, I found one. This is like rises up from 20 something meters to 19, and you know, fish all over it. And this is what you've got to do. You've got to basically look around and find those fish marks, you know, and those little things that rise up, they're what, you know, that they can be the holder of fish. And I got another nice fish, another eater. Didn't hesitate. I'm using a leaf jig at the moment because yeah, I just felt like, because I'm fishing a bit deeper, I'll go back to the gan jig. There's the panny, it's a good eater, so that'll go in the back. You know, I don't need a lot of fish, so, you know, and it's real good fun just cruising around looking for fish on the sounder, and I see the slightest sign, and straight away the jig drops down. And that's what you've got to do to basically you know, target those fish successfully. Alright, I've turned to soft baits. I've been out wide and there's just very little out there. Every fish that I pulled up was just small, so I decided, look, I don't want to do this anymore, because one, the risk of barotrauma out there is quite great, you know, even though I was slowly bringing the fish up. But so I come in the shallows a bit. I'm in 12 meters sort of thing, because we're getting towards the end of the day. It's been a pretty tough day fishing, but even still, I've had a lot of fun. I've caught a lot of fish, you know, a lot of smaller fish, but you know, I'm just picking up the odd fish here and there, and this one here is definitely a contender to come home. And this is on a hollow belly, the new Berkeley hollow belly bait. They seem to like them, and I've been catching a few fish on them too. So let's just show you that. You can see that bait there, it's a hollow belly there. They're quite neat. These things have been 3D printed. Yeah, they look pretty realistic. So yeah, that's all it is. It's a sintered plastic or silicon bait, but it's a bit more durable sometimes. So yeah, so great fish anyway, and I've got enough for a good feed now. I mean, I might keep one more maybe, but I'm more out here just to enjoy the fishing and look at the conditions now. It's just turned primo, which is what I wanted earlier on. But I went out and had a bit of a look around out wide in the deeper water, but there just wasn't a lot out there. So, and that's what you've got to do with fishing. You've got to be prepared to change your tactics all the time in order to get success. Otherwise, you know, you're flogging a dead horse essentially. So yeah, keep working, keep moving around, and you will find some fish here and there, and occasionally there'll be a better one amongst them. In the shallows, every time. I just thought, oh well, I'm going to have a bit of a cast around in the shallows. I think I might have a kahawai actually, I'm not sure. But I felt a bit of a thumb, might be a snapper actually, but it's swimming around a fair bit. So probably a kahawai. Although it's fighting like a snapper. Maybe it's a decent snapper, who knows. Oh, enough good fight anyway, good fun. It's probably a kahawai, the way it's swimming around, or a trevally. I mean, if it was a trevally, I'd be fairly happy too, but I haven't seen it yet. But it's putting up a good scrap. Oh, yeah, it's a kahawai, sure enough. Nice kahawai though. Just jumped right by the kayak too. These guys certainly have some power. Love kahawai, they're great to catch, and they're actually a great fish to eat too. But I've got to feed a snapper today, so I'm going to put this guy back. And he's not huge either, you know, I like them a bit bigger than this. Look at that, hook just fell out. And yeah, I'll put this guy up and show you. Not a huge kahawai, but there you go. Good fun on the light gear in the shallow water here. I'm only sitting in about 6 meters, so this is what it's all about. And I'm having a blast. Just alright. The fish are doing some weird stuff, eh? They're not really taking the jigs as they're dropping down. They're more taking them when they're lying on the bottom, which is what this guy did. But yeah, I'm just slowly making my way back now. I'm starting to anyway, but I didn't get very far because I hooked into this guy. But we're going to let this guy go because he's big enough, but I'll take one more fish if I can. Oh no, he's pretty good actually. I might keep this guy. Let's have a look at him first. Right, I'm still making my way across, and I'm just seeing so much sign that I just can't help myself. I'm dropping the gan jig down on the spin set, the Taikabura, and the new battle from Penn, and loving it, loving these combos. Really nice. So yeah, but the snapper I'm pulling up aren't anything to write home about, you know. What I'd do for a decent string puller on this gear, I'd really love to see how it performs, you know, with some with a powerful fish. I guess I'll just have to keep trying it. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this penguin, and I just got alongside him, and he's not diving. Usually they're the first to dive, but this guy's not diving, which is quite unusual. So I'll just try and pull alongside him again. Whether he's just going around in circles. You can see him there in front of me, directly in front of me. He is, and I'll come up alongside him and see whether he lets me get that close. Look at this penguin. Hey mate, pretty friendly one too. He hasn't tried to escape. Here we go, he's off, and he just did the dive. Hey, well anyway, that's it for me for this time. Look at the day. Sun's going down, so it's time for me to start making a move back. But, you know, not hugely successful on the fishing front, but I tell you what, I really enjoyed getting out here, you know, regardless, and that's what it's all about, you know. Got to feed a fish, no, despite the slow fishing and, you know, smaller fish, but it is winter, you know, and that's how it goes in winter. You got to put the time and the hours in though to get rewards, and I certainly did that today. And you know, so anyway, that's it from me, and thank you very much for watching and supporting the channel. And if you feel like getting more content, go check out my Patreon page. There's my Patreon website. You'll see the link at the top in my main picture. There's a link to Patreon. Go have a look and see what we're all about. We have a lot of exclusive content on there. You can also check us out on Facebook and also on Instagram. Just look up NZ Kayak Fishing. That's it from me anyway, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Real Screaming Kayaks.